The alien students leaned forward, their scales shimmering under the pale lecture lights. Behind reinforced energy bars, a massive creature stirred, a monster from a forbidden death world. The professor's voice boomed, "Behold the nightmare, a predator that fears nothing." But at the back of the hall, one human frowned. When the beast's molten eyes met hers, the impossible happened. It whimpered and begged to be let out. In that silent moment, everyone realized something horrifying. Maybe the most dangerous thing in the room wasn't the beast, but the human who understood it. If that opening made your heart race, you're in the right place. Stick around, because this story will change how you see humans in the galaxy. Before we dive in, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss our next Humanity Reforged episode. Now, let's open that cage together. The air in the xenobiology hall shimmered with anticipation. 50 students from 20 different species filled the tiered seats, their eyes, tentacles, and bioluminescent spots fixed on the reinforced cage in the center of the room. Professor Zilrath, tall and scaled like polished obsidian, raised his clawed hands dramatically. "Class," he declared, "today you will witness true terror. The apex predator of Vex 7, the Nightmare." The cage hummed, energy fields crackling like thunder. Something moved inside, heavy, deliberate, alive. A low vibration rippled through the air, making even the bravest alien twitch. Then it stepped into the light. 2 meters tall at the shoulder, black fur absorbing every beam that touched it, eyes glowing like molten copper. The hall went dead silent. Even the professor's voice trembled with reverence. But at the back of the room, a single human girl frowned. Emma Rodriguez. She tilted her head unimpressed. "Wait," she whispered. "That's just a really big dog." A few alien students hissed in disbelief. Zilrath froze. "A dog?" he repeated, his scales flaring crimson. And just like that, the tension cracked. Because the only creature in the galaxy who wasn't afraid was human. For a heartbeat, no one moved. The professor's frills stiffened, his pride wounded. "Dr. Rodriguez," he hissed, "this is not one of your primitive Earth canines. This creature has no natural predators. It hunts in packs, crosses continents, and—" Emma squinted. "Yeah, structurally. Looks like a wolf. Same gait, same ears, same look when it's confused." The word confused hit the air like static. The Nightmare's copper eyes locked onto hers, and then, impossibly, it whined. Not a growl, not a roar, a whine. The class gasped. Dozens of alien pupils dilated in shock. The predator, the terror of Vex 7, was trembling. One massive paw reached through the humming energy barrier, enduring the shock, refusing to pull back. It was reaching for her. Emma rose slowly from her seat. "It's scared," she murmured. Professor Zilrath barked, "Sit down, human. That thing has killed 17 handlers." But she didn't sit. She stepped down the aisle, voice shaking. "It's not dangerous. It's terrified. You dragged a pack animal from its world, caged it, surrounded it with strangers." The tension snapped like glass. The Nightmare pressed itself against the cage, tail flicking, eyes wide, terrified. Emma's voice rose, firm now. "Professor, let it out." Gasps rippled through the hall. Zilrath's jaw dropped. "Are you insane? That creature cannot be trained, cannot be reasoned with." "It's not about reason," Emma shot back. "It's about compassion." Zilrath's scales flushed a deep violet, a sign of anger among his kind. "You will not lecture me, human. This specimen is property of the xenobiology department." Emma stepped closer to the cage, the energy barrier crackling inches from her face. "Then your department is breaking every ethics law in this sector." Her voice hardened. "Release it, or I'll contact the ethics board, the conservation authority, and every reporter who still cares about morality." The hall froze. From the back, Zilrath's assistant, a small, nervous Chiwilian named Sivs, spoke up quietly. "Sir, her planet did domesticate wolves. Perhaps she sees something we don't." Zilrath's mouth tightened. His ego battled his fear. Finally, through clenched teeth, he hissed, "Fine. On your head be it, human." He tapped a command. The cage's barrier flickered, and the air itself seemed to hold its breath. The tension snapped like glass. The Nightmare pressed itself against the cage, tail flicking, eyes wide, terrified. Emma's voice rose, firm now. "Professor, let it out!" Gasps rippled through the hall. Zilrath's jaw dropped. "Are you insane? That creature cannot be trained, cannot be reasoned with." "It's not about reason," Emma shot back. "It's about compassion." Zilrath's scales flushed a deep violet, a sign of anger among his kind. "You will not lecture me, human. This specimen is property of the xenobiology department." Emma stepped closer to the cage, the energy barrier crackling inches from her face. "Then your department is breaking every ethics law in this sector." Her voice hardened. "Release it, or I'll contact the ethics board, the conservation authority, and every reporter who still cares about morality." The hall froze. From the back, Zilrath's assistant, a small, nervous Chiwilian named Sivs, spoke up quietly. "Sir, her planet did domesticate wolves. Perhaps she sees something we don't." Zilrath's mouth tightened. His ego battled his fear. Finally, through clenched teeth, he hissed, "Fine! On your head be it, human!" He tapped a command. The cage's barrier flickered, and the air itself seemed to hold its breath. The barrier dropped with a sharp hiss. For half a second, everyone froze. Then chaos erupted. Chairs scraped, claws clicked, wings flared. The Nightmare lunged forward in a blur of black motion. Screams filled the hall. But not from Emma. She stood perfectly still. The creature didn't attack. It bounded toward her, and then impossibly stopped. Its massive frame shuddered. Slowly, it lowered itself until its chest touched the floor. And then it rolled onto its back, exposing its throat and belly in a gesture older than civilization. Submission, trust. Emma exhaled, knees trembling. Carefully, she knelt and placed her hand on the beast's chest. The fur was warm. Its heartbeat pounded beneath her palm, fast but steadying. The Nightmare's breathing slowed. Its eyes closed. It sighed, a sound almost human in its relief. The professor's voice cracked. It obeys her?" The class stared. 50 alien minds trying to rewrite everything they thought they knew about dominance and fear. Emma looked up, meeting their stunned gazes. "It's not a monster," she said softly, her hand still resting on its chest. "It's just far from home. Like me." Silence hung over the lecture hall like gravity itself. The predator of Vex 7 lay peacefully at Emma's feet, while the galaxy's brightest minds stared, helpless, humbled. Professor Zilrath's voice faltered. "I didn't think—" "No," Emma said quietly. "You didn't." Her tone wasn't cruel, just tired. "You saw something dangerous and locked it away. You never thought it might just be scared." The Nightmare shifted, pressing its massive head against her side like a loyal guardian. When Zilrath flinched, it growled softly, protective. Emma stroked its fur, her eyes glinting. "You're going to call the conservation authority. You'll send it home or place it with its kind. Until then, I'm taking care of it." The professor opened his mouth to protest, but one warning growl silenced him instantly. The Nightmare obeyed her because it recognized her. Another Deathworlder, another survivor out of place. Emma smiled sadly. "We Deathworlders know our own." And in that moment, the galaxy learned something new about humans. We don't dominate monsters. We understand them. Sometimes the scariest thing in the room is the one who opens the cage. If that story hit you right in the chest, welcome to Humanity Reforged, where every tale reminds the galaxy why humans don't just survive. We change everything we touch. If you felt that spark of pride, drop a like, subscribe, and share this story with your pack. Because out here in the stars, we're all just a little human.